What was this event?
So, you learn the systems, procedures, there's all this stuff and things to implement and protocols and ways to think through things and processing. But really, if you had to simplify it to 1 or 2 sentences, his whole thing and what all of the Volt is about is cracking the code to your life and to business. It's like, what was the exact thing I said before? Fuck, now I don't even remember.
So I liked sort of what we did a deep dive into is who are you? What are you doing? Yeah. How can you do it better? Yeah. What do you want?
It's all about who you want to be, what is your life goal and stuff. And people think it's cliche, but...
Oh, it sounds so basic when you say it that way, but the way we dove into it, like one of the first chapters, you open the fucking book, one of the pages is a mirror, and chapter 1 is who are you? And they like ask you questions that like, you're like, holy shit, I never even asked myself this. How would I not ask myself these questions? This is so important. And then you dive into who are you? What do you want? What are your goals? And then, I mean, you can speak on the other chapters, how deep they go into.
Well, what it really is, and I want to say it the way I said it before, was like, who specifically do you want to be? Every category of your life. What kind of husband, what kind of person, what kind of business do you want to run? And it sounds cliche, but I'm talking about like, do you want to build a life where you're a Fortune 500 CEO and you work 80 hours a week and your life is your business for 3 decades straight? You are pressured and you're in this high pressure scenario. You're 24/7, you're basically working. Do you want to be a guy that you want to be famous, you want to make $500,000 a year, you want to have YouTube content, you want to live a cool life? Like, what specifically can you pick? And we have this stuff on Instagram and social media. You have all these pages that are like motivational pages, and when you wake up and your feet touch the ground, the God should say, oh my God, here he is again, or the devil, whatever. Like, so much motivational bullshit, but
he really breaks it down.
Correct.
So what you're talking about right now reminds me of the menu. You remember the menu?
I wrote that down.
It was like, you want $100 million? Here's what it costs. Every fucking hour of your week, you're up and working. You don't get to see your family. You're not going to see your kids. Or do you just want your $500,000 a year life where you can work 40 hours a week, work your ass off, but you get this and this? And it's like, it's more than what do you want? Because what does everybody want? Oh, I want to be rich. I want to make a lot of money. Do you really?
Define
that. Do you really want to work 80 hours a week? Is that the lifestyle you really want to live? And it's like, just like he said, the menu. What do you want? No. Are you willing to pay this for it?
And then he broke down all the ways to do it. Like, do you want to work for 7 years, sell that business, make your 10 million and be done? Do you want to do it as an entrepreneur? Do you want to work inside of somebody else's business? Do you want to be a CFO, COO, something like that? Do you want to, he even goes down to this. Do you want to marry just a rich person and make it fucking easy on yourself? There's nothing wrong with that. Just, is that what you want? Do you want to sue somebody and make $500,000 suing somebody and put it in an annuity?
He literally had that in.
But it's serious, bro, because those are the ways people want to, like, make figure money. It out. And he says all the time, like, I salute you to whatever you choose. All that you need to do is figure out what you truly want, not what society thinks you might want, not who's pressuring you to do this. Like, do you want to make $500,000 a year? Do you want to make 10 million? Do you want to make 100 million? Do you want to open a charity? Do you want to open a business? Do you want to have a side hustle and still work your main job and have a pension? Like, you have to figure out, and that right there, it sounds easy. But go ahead and try to sit down and fucking write it out on a piece of paper.
Right.
It is so difficult.
So I think we're getting a little off track, though. We just wanted to explain exactly what the Volt conference was, right? Yep. And so let's not forget either that the way we went through it is with a workbook.
Yeah.
They literally had us fill out a workbook, which sounds like some high school shit. But holy shit, the questions in that workbook are like, they change the way you think. And make you think about things that you certainly should be, that a lot of people aren't, and they're missing the fucking plot when it comes to growing their businesses. But you want to start talking about the experience itself, like with a walkthrough?
Yeah, let's do it. So, I mean, we went to the Diplomat Hotel in Boca.
Let's start before there. Noel hits me up.
Oh, my God.
He's like, yo, you want to go to the Volt conference? And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I was having trouble trying to figure out how I was going to time it because obviously we have the podcast. I got my fucking real estate shit to deal with and then solar on top of that. So I'm like, how the fuck am I going to work this in? So Noel invites me. I'm like, I don't know if I can make it work. Then he shows me ticket prices. And I'm like, yeah, I probably can't make that work. Fucking $1,800 a ticket for my ticket, not yours. I know you. What was your ticket?
If you guys didn't see it, I spent $11,000 on my ticket. One ticket.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
1,000%.
We'll get into that.
I would have paid $50,000 for that ticket if I would have known what I got.
But then the way it developed, you got on board. We got Bryce on board, and then once it turned into, we can leverage this from not just being us going and spending money on a conference, but helping it to grow the podcast and our own brand and learn about, my real estate and your solar management. Once we leveraged it to have much more value to us, then we decided, let's do this.
So let's tell some stories about it. Noel called. He convinced us to go. I wasn't going to go at first. None of us were going to go. Then we all, within 2 weeks left, decided, hey, fuck it, we're all going.
Yeah.
We all hop on a plane. We get there. It's at the Diplomat Hotel in Boca, which if you guys have never been to, it's a resort. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Pull up to the front door, Lamborghini, brand new M4, Shelby, the Shelby GT truck,
which is his truck.
PBD's Patrick David's truck.
And so I'm just gonna tell you the list of people that were the speakers, which is already gonna give you like a hint of what this is. You have Andrew Fastow, which is the CFO of Enron, which everyone knows about the Enron scandal. He was the guy.
He took the hit, went to jail for 10 years.
Yep. We had, what was the name of that magician? Frederick Silva? De Silva. He's the most famous Vegas performer, and he only ever performs at Caesar's Palace. This was his first ever performance. Not at Caesar's Palace.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Yeah. We had Chaz Palminteri, who did his first ever performance for a corporate event. So, that right there is insane. We had, who was the other guy? Kevin Connolly, who was in The Notebook.
Let's not forget Robert Kiyosaki. Shitting on Joe Biden.
Yeah,
probably my favorite. As far as entertaining, that was the most. I thought Robert Kiyosaki was more entertaining than the magician.
Yeah. And Tom Ellsworth was last, who, if you guys don't know who that is, they call him the Biz Doc.
Oh, he's incredible.
Is probably the smartest human being
you've
ever met.
Dimes like he's got holes in his pocket. Dude is fucking insane with the business expertise. Like, he's asking specific questions. Giving people, you got guys there. Obviously, everyone who's there either owns a business or they're helping to run a business in a big way. Yep. And they're there for information on how they can scale and leverage what they're doing to, improve. And this guy's answering questions that, you would have board meetings about. Yeah. And he's just sitting there like, nope, this is what you need to do. This.
Bing, 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 bing.
Guarantee you, anyone who got information from him is going to implement it this year. They'll be back at the Vault next year, and they're going to be $100,000 richer at a minimum.